Erling Haaland is officially the wealthiest footballer in Europe, but will he become the new king of Barcelona? A secret meeting in Madrid has already taken place. Meanwhile, Arsenal star Victor Gyokures shocks the world with a candid confession. We will tell you all about it. Also today, why Gareth Bale believes Xabi Alonso's dismissal is logical, and the top transfer of Manchester City. They are buying an England national team star. You are watching Half 24 Football News. Get comfortable, and we are starting right now. The political scandal around the 2026 World Cup has concluded with a historic precedent. It is officially confirmed. The Iran national team is withdrawing from the tournament. This was preceded by a sharp statement from United States President Donald Trump, who wrote on the social network Truth Social, "Iran's team is welcome at the World Cup, but I really do not believe it is appropriate for them to be there in terms of their own lives and safety. Thank you for your attention to this matter." The president's concerns had serious grounds. At this minute, the deaths of 8 United States servicemen as a result of recent attacks by Iranian proxy forces have been officially confirmed. In response, Iran's sports minister, Ahmad Dunyamali, announced the final withdrawal from participation, calling the team's presence in the United States unacceptable. This is a unique case because the team has already qualified. In the history of World Cups, there has been only one similar example. In the year 1938, the Austria national team officially qualified, but a few months before the start of the tournament, the Anschluss occurred. Nazi Germany annexed Austria, and the country simply disappeared from the map. Even the removal of Russia in 2022 took place just one step away from the final stage of the playoffs. The Iranian side finally spoke out harshly about the role of the tournament hosts. The organizer is FIFA, not any individual country. The only country that can be excluded is the one that simply wears the title of host, but does not have the ability to ensure the safety of the participating teams. Currently, FIFA is urgently looking for a replacement for Iran, and this tournament will forever go down in history as the first in the last 88 years where a political and military conflict stopped a participant who was already holding a ticket to the Mundial in their hands. Munich Bayern has de facto already secured a place in the Champions League quarterfinals, crushing the Italian Atalanta in the first match with a score of 6-1. However, the main topic of discussion was not the result itself, but the behavior of the team's leaders, Joshua Kimmich and Michael Olise. With the score at 6-0, both players received yellow cards for time wasting. This looked like a clearly planned action to reset before the quarterfinals. The players faced the threat of a 2-match disqualification, as was once the case with Sergio Ramos. However, as journalist Kerry Howe reports, the UEFA Disciplinary Committee decided on Thursday not to start an investigation into the warnings that could have been obtained intentionally. Thus, Kimmich and Olise will miss only the return match in Munich and will be fully ready for the big battles. Special attention is now focused on Michael Olise. The French midfielder is having a phenomenal season. In 37 matches, he has recorded 15 goals and 22 assists. However, an interesting irony of fate is that Olise's main competitor in the race for the Ballon d'Or could be his own teammate, Harry Kane. The English striker is also demonstrating cosmic productivity, and the football world is now watching a unique duel between two leaders in one club. Last year, Olise took 30th place in the rankings, and victory was celebrated by Ousmane Dembele. Michael himself, in an interview with RMC Sport, remains calm regarding individual awards. "I am not focused on that. There are still many matches to play in the current season. If it happens, it would be nice, but honestly, I am not thinking about it right now. Trophies and the team come first, and what happens will happen." Whether Bayern can win the Champions League with such a pair of superstars in attack And which of them will ultimately prove closer to triumph at the ceremony in Paris, we will see very soon. The transfer saga around Erling Haaland has taken a new, unexpected turn. Blaugrana presidential candidate Victor Font held a meeting with Manchester City bosses Ferran Soriano and Hugo Viana. The main topic of conversation was the possibility of Barcelona obtaining priority rights to sign the Norwegian if he decides to leave England. Although the striker's contract is set until 2034, the Catalans are already trying to bypass Real Madrid in the future race for the player. Victor Font himself commented on the situation quite cautiously. Haaland is one of the best strikers in the world. Signing him in the short term is impossible because he extended his contract last year. But personally, I am convinced that such long-term contracts cannot be fulfilled. We need to remember the situation of a player who loves Spain and who was impressed by Camp Nou. However, the footballer's agent immediately denied these rumors, stating that Erling is happy in Manchester and has not entered into negotiations with any candidate. But there is no smoke without fire, especially when it comes to money. According to Transfermarkt, Haaland has officially become the highest-paid player in Europe. His annual salary is €31,600,000, not including bonuses, which can reach another $21 million. Erling has surpassed Kylian Mbappe, Harry Kane, Vinicius Jr., and Mohamed Salah in this component. Unexpected players reached 6th and 7th places in the rankings: David Alaba from Real Madrid and Dusan Vlahovic from Juventus. The eternally injured Austrian earns €22.5 million per year, and the constantly criticized in Turin Serbian, €22.2 million per year. Manchester City's transfer plans are becoming increasingly clear. As reported by the main insider of the football world, Fabrizio Romano, the Citizens' management has made a final decision to sign a new central midfielder during the summer transfer window. The priority target for the club has become the talent of Elliot Anderson. Currently, negotiations are not at an advanced stage, but Anderson is officially on the list of the top 2 or 3 names for a move to Pep Guardiola's team. The situation is complicated by the fact that Manchester United is also closely following the player, which could provoke a real Manchester derby in the transfer market. For City, this signing is a strategic step to strengthen squad depth and add young energy to the center of the field. We will closely monitor the development of this situation, as the fight for such promising players between giants always promises to be fierce. Arsenal striker Victor Gyökeres, who moved to London in the summer of 2050 for $73 million, shocked fans with his openness. Despite the status of one of the best scorers in Europe and the winner of the Gerd Müller Trophy, the Swedish forward confessed that life outside the football field does not look as bright as in the social networks of other stars. In an interview, he gave a true confession. "I have no family. My girlfriend does not live with me, and I probably have about 5 friends. I am a loser. Life as a professional footballer is great for relaxing and enjoying the game, but after training, there is nothing else to do." These words caused a real resonance on the internet, as Gyokures is currently at the peak of his form. In February, he became the best player for the Gunners, scoring 4 goals in 4 matches, including a brace in the North London derby against Tottenham. However, despite his personal loneliness, Victor emphasized the main thing: his dedication to the club and the fans. "But in my heart, Arsenal, I am a true striker." Such obsession with football and the lack of a social life seems to only help the Swede remain as focused as possible. He currently has 15 goals in the season and is one of the key factors in why Arsenal is leading the Premier League by 7 points. The dismissal of Xabi Alonso from the position of head coach of Real Madrid continues to cause a stormy reaction in the football world. Club legend Gareth Bale spoke candidly about this decision, pointing to a fundamental problem in the Blancos' locker room. The Welsh winger believes that Alonso fell victim to his own tactical perfection, which did not suit the current squad of stars. This is what Bale stated. Xabi Alonso is a tactical genius, but Real Madrid does not need a coach, they need a manager. In this locker room sit superstars who do not need to be taught how to play. They need their egos pampered, as Ancelotti or Zidane did. Zabi tried to drive the players into tactical cages, but in Madrid, the project is the footballers themselves. The defeat in the Super Cup only confirmed the split that happened much earlier. The appointment of Arbeloa is a logical step because he understands the main thing. Sometimes the best tactics are simply not to interfere with legends winning. Real Madrid is not a place for experiments. It is a place for managing greatness. This candid statement from Bale highlights the deep-seated reasons for the latest failures of the Madrid side. According to experts, Alvaro Arbeloa's appointment is aimed specifically at restoring psychological comfort in the team, where the coach's authority and his ability to negotiate with top players are valued above all else. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. See you in the next episode.